Good morning. It's Wednesday morning and I'm getting a little bit later start today making my video. I've been a little bit busy this morning, but I wanted to go ahead and take time to read it. I did sit down and look ahead a little bit, and it's a little bit longer, so I won't talk very much, but I just want to mention I talk a lot in my letters to Brayden about signs or things that I believe to be signs that I receive from Brayden and from God. And I know not everybody believes that, and that's okay, but it's very important to me. And there are things, especially when I ask Brayden, show me you, that are very meaningful to me. And I think that's just a very personal thing for different people. But there's something that I wrote about. It'll be in an upcoming letter because I just wrote about it not before last, but on that particular day before yesterday, it was a very heavy day, and I was driving back from dropping the kids off, and I said to Brayden, and I say this often when it's a heavy day for me, show me you. Just, and that may be for me, seeing the deer in the backyard, or in the spring and summer, seeing the hummingbirds, or seeing the dandelions that I talked about in my last letter, whatever that may be. I've had coins, quarters and pennies specifically, show up in strange places, and but on that particular day I had asked Brayden, show me you. And I had planned to cook supper that day, and I was right down to making the Walmart delivery order for what I had planned to cook, and knew exactly what I was going to fix. And so I'd started to put that order in and just stopped dead in my tracks, and I just thought, I just can't do this. I just can't. And so I told Eric, I know I said I was going to cook supper, but I'm sorry, I can't. And he was like, no problem, we'll pick up some food. So we went out that evening, and he was gonna get Subway, and I didn't want that, but that's right next to Food City. So I told him that I would just go into Food City and see what I can find. And sometimes I do that because I have a strange appetite, and don't really want a lot of foods, but sometimes I'll just go in and see if anything looks appealing. So that's what I did that night. And I had headed over to the produce section, and Landon was with me. It was just the two of us. And we were standing there, and I was just looking at the vegetables and the fruits, and this young woman approached me, and she just said, "Excuse me, ma'am." And I turned around and I said, "Yes." And I didn't know what she was approaching me for, but she said, I'm very sorry to bother you, but God told me that I needed to talk to you. God told me that I needed to tell you just to hug him tight and keep him close." When she was talking about Landon, and she said, "He just told me that I needed to do that." And she said, "I lost my son on Thursday." So just a few days before, this was Monday. She said he was 2 years old. So I started to cry, of course. And I told her, I said, "God told you to talk to me because I lost my son too." And I told her how sorry I was, and I asked her what her name was, and she told me, and she asked me what my name was, and I told her, and I let her know that I would be praying for her. But for me, that day, I asked Brayden to show me you. And I ended up in Food City, where I had no intentions of going whatsoever. But that was where God put me in that time, at that moment, to be there so that she could talk to me and I could talk to her. And we stood there, two total strangers, hugging in the middle of the produce department of Food City. So regardless of what you believe, my son showed up for me that day in Food City. So I'll go ahead and get started on my letter. This was from September 26, 2025. I think this is, I should have looked. It's either 73 or 74. So, good morning, my sweet boy. Today is Friday, and as usual, I'm so ready for the weekend. I don't have any plans, and I am absolutely okay with that. I told you in my last letter that there was a patch of dandelions growing alongside the driveway. Wow, Brayden, it's not a patch. It's dandelions for as far as I can see down that side field. And just to add a little bit of context, when I say dandelions, as far as you could see, this is not like just the little dandelions that you see that are just in the yard, just small. These are tall stalks with these huge, like baseball-sized dandelions on the top of them. It's dandelions as far as I can see down that side field. It makes me think back to the picture that I have of you sitting in Mom's yard blowing the dandelion. And when I go outside, the little white wisps blow everywhere. There have also been several times that I glance out the window and see them floating by. And the craziest thing has happened. The huge cypress trees that grow down the driveway, at the corner of the driveway where you used to park your car, that tree is completely full of wild grapes that are growing thick throughout the tree all the way to the top. And these trees are huge. I'm so sorry. These trees are huge, probably, I don't even know how to judge, probably 30 feet tall at least. These trees are thick and big, and from the bottom all the way to the very tip top, as far up as you can see, the tree just completely overrun with grapes, like thousands and thousands of grapes all the way through the tree. There are literally probably thousands of them. It's unbelievable. Most people think that birds carried the seeds or whatever. That's how they appeared. But I don't think so. I've lived in this house for 16 years and this has never happened. You love grapes. You'd eat the entire container when I bought them, usually in one sitting. And people may think I'm crazy, and that's just fine. But I think the grapes are here because of you. I've been talking to you this morning, and I know you hear me. Next weekend, we will be leaving for the beach with the whole family. I feel very close to you when I'm there, so I long to be there. You love it so much, and we have so many wonderful memories there. I feel the need and desire to travel more than I ever have in my life. I have a restlessness that I've never felt, but I truly believe it's just my brain, my soul, seeking to fill this void that can't be filled. Always searching, trying to escape it. By the way, your friend Wyatt's baby was born a few days ago. His name is Brayden Lynn, which is especially neat because my middle name is Lynn, and he's perfect. I think it's so precious that he named his baby after you. He loves you, and now his son bears your name. What a beautiful honor. I've had many people ask me since I lost you if I am angry. I've also had people we love express to me that they are so angry. I've said repeatedly that I am not mad at God, and I'm not. I am held up by God's grace alone every day. But I did read something that I can relate to in regards to the anger that I do feel. It said, I am angry at time for not standing still. I am angry that doing everything I could was not enough. I am angry at the fact that you couldn't live the life you deserved. I am angry that I have to miss you. I am angry that it's not just me who has to. I'm angry that I can't hold you or tell you how much I love you. And I'm angry that you can't say it back. I'm angry that my heart is broken. I am angry that it can't be fixed. But most of all, I am angry that the day we meet again will forever be too far away. Sweet face, sweet words, sweet boy. I love you, Brayden.